Welcome to Swagata's Way of Knowledge.
Welcome to my channel. Today I will complete the rest part of the this chapter. So today I will start with the fundamentals of the Java language. So what is the fundamentals? There is a starting with the token. What is a token? Token is some small element or meaningful smallest meaningful element of the Java program. That means smallest meaningful element means it can be or okay, that means integer. This type of word we can get in the Java. This is known as a token. This is the smallest meaningful element in the Java programming language. Next is the identifier. What is the identifier? Identifier means by which we can identify something is known as the identifier. It may be integer, float. Okay, so that means by which, suppose integer means it is a 5, so I can identify this number 5 using that is the it is an integer. So these are the identifier, that means by which we can identify something. Okay, and it can be of any length and size. Next is the keyword. What is a keyword? Now when we go to the next portion, or we'll go to something, you will understand the token, identify this as a properly. Now keyword, that is the class, public, static. Okay, these are the keyword. This word you have learned in the previous class. So these are known as the keywords. And the constant. Constant means which value is constant throughout the program. Suppose I have written here that pi means we have to know 22.7. So if we do any program using the pi, this value will be constant throughout the program. So this is known as the constant. Okay. Next is the variable. Variable means is so these are first you have learned the token, identifier, keyword, constant, and the variable. Variable means which value is vary throughout the program is known as a variable. Suppose I am doing here a program of the addition. Okay, in the calculator. So I have put here 6 plus 4. What we can get? We can get 10. Now this is the now in the same, after that when you are writing here, you are written here 8 plus 9. What you've got? 17. So these three value are not constant. It can be changed by person to person. So these are known as the variables. That means which value is changes throughout the programs is known as the variables. Next, we have come to a data type. How many data types are there? One, two, three, and four types of data are there in the Java. First is the integer. Integer means it is a in the Java we have written, or we have the written the type data type. This is the int. Two to 4 bytes it take the place. Suppose 2, 6, 8, 9, 12. These all numbers are the part of the integer. Next is the fractional value. How we can declare the fractional value in the Java? It is data type written as a float. That means 4 to 8 byte is storage space. We add a 6.5, 2.3, etc. are the fractional value. Now how you can declare the character in the Java? This is the char, 2 bytes. That means A, C, and when we declare the word, we will want in the double quote, that is suppose India, okay, hello, okay, this all we write down in the double quotation, and when you use the character, we write down in the single quotation. And Boolean, this is the one bit, it is the value only true or false. These two are only declared in the Boolean. So what are the data type is that? Integer, fractional, character, or Boolean. That means data types are int, float, character, and the Boolean. Now we have to learn how we can declare the data type. Okay. Now after that you have understand this. Now we have to learn how to declare in the data types. Okay. The data type. Suppose I want to doing a addition. We have to take integer a. Okay, after the semicolon we have to take. Next is integer b and integer c. Or here we have to write down here the number 1, number 2, and here the add. Okay, that means we have to go to do a addition. this is the addition, number 1 plus number 2. That means we are taking two number, that is the number 1 and number 2. We do the addition and store the value in the add. Okay, these three are the int means this is the integer value. That means in the place of number we put 5, 1 to any integer number we can put. Suppose 6, 7, 9, 12. Okay, that means when we are doing the addition, suppose 5 and 5, the result will be say 10. So these are the what we get? We get the integer value. So these all are the integer. Suppose I have taken here integer number 1, integer number 2, I will taking here float. Okay, that means in this number 2 as a float, we are taking a fractional value, that is a 2.5. So what will be the result? In the addition, also we can get, what we can get? The 7.5, this is the fractional value. So in this addition, what we take? We take the data type should be float. Okay, so according to our program, we have to identify which type of data type we will take. Suppose the number we have, suppose in the place of here, in the number 1 we have taken here 2.5 and number 2 we are taking the value 2, that is the only the integer number. So in the number 1, as we have taken the float value, we have to write in here float, and say number 2 is the integer value, and this also in the float value. But what we have to do, we have to mention this in the starting of the program. Before the starting of the program, we have to declare the data types. We cannot declare the data types after the program. Before the starting the program, we have to write down the data type. Now see one thing, suppose I have written here integer. So 2.5 and 2. After addition, what we can get? 4.5 will be the result. But it is an integer. We cannot see the result 4.5. We can see the result as a 4. Okay. As it is the declared as an integer. So we cannot see the value 4.5. If we declare it as a float, then we can see the value as a 4.5. As we have written or declared is as an integer, so we can see only the 4. We cannot see this fractional value. So according to how we can declare the variable, according to this we have to do the func program and we can see the output also. Okay, now this is plus, minus, these all are the operators. Now let's start see how the operator is work or how much operator is there in the Java. We'll learn after that. Before that, now we have to see the variable initialization. Suppose the one number will be same in the whole program. So we have to take in here number 1 will be suppose 2.5. So in the whole program, this number 2.5 will be the same. Only this number will be changes. Suppose sometime it will be 5, sometime it will be 6, sometime it will be 7, like this way. So this program, this number 1 will be fixed in the whole the program, and this will be changes. So this is the number initialization. That means variable in the starting of the program, we have initialized the value. Okay, this is the integer float we have done. Now this now come to the operators. Okay, what are the arithmetic operator? Add, plus, minus, multiplication, division. Okay, and there is a modular division. What is the value? Suppose we are adding here 5 plus 6. This is the addition operator. Next is 6 minus 2. This is the divide, subtraction, multiplication 6 into 2. Result will be 12. Okay. Now 6 divided by 3, we get 2. Now modular division, what we get? Suppose 6 divided by 3. So remainder will be 0. So we get the result of the 0. So this is known as the modular division. Modular means we get the what will be the remainder will be there. We get the answer in the 0. Okay. So these are the arithmetic operator. Next we are coming to the relational operator. What is the relational operator? Suppose we have taken here two value, x is 10 or y is 8. Okay. So if this operator means it will check the both value are equal or not. So x equal to y. That means in the place of x we are putting here 10, in the place of y we are putting 8. So equal to means 10 and x is not equal. So it will show the result false. Suppose in the place of x we have put the value 8, then what it will show? It will show the result true. So this equal symbol, so that these two variables are equal or not. Next is not equal to, that means x not equal to y. What is the value of x here? 10, and y value is 8. So these are the not equal. This is the true. This is false. This is true. Now greater than, value of x is 10. That means x greater than 10. X greater than y. So value of the x is 10. Y is 8. So this is the true. So it is giving the result true. So less than means x less than y. And the value of x is 10. Y is 8. That means 8 not greater than 10. That means this is the false. This is the greater than equal to. That means as the value of the 10 is x is 10, which is greater than the y value. So this is also show the true, and less than equal to, that means value of the y is 8 and x is 10. So this value will be false. But if the value of the y will be 10 and it will be 8, so this result will be true. So this is known as the relational operator. That means when we are get the relation between the two variables, this is known as the relational operator. This is show that they are both value are the equal, then only value the result will be true. When the value are the not equal, then the result will be true. When one x greater than y, then it will be true. When x less than y, then it will be true, otherwise false. If greater than equal to, true will be then true. If less than equal to will be, now in this case this will be false, so it will be show the false. But I have interchanged the value. In the place of y I have written here 10 and x, so this value should be true. So this is the relational operator. Now we are coming to the logical operator. What is a logical operator? Suppose there is a given as the two number 5 greater than equal to 2 and uh, 6. That means 5 greater than 2. From the first, this is the true, and from the second, this is also true. When both conditions are true, only then the result true will be given. When both the condition is true, only then the result will true will be shown. Otherwise, suppose we are given that, just interchange the number 6 and 3. So this is true, but this condition is false. Okay, so it will be show the false result. So when it show the true result, when both the condition are the true, only then it will show the true result. Okay, next is 5 greater than 2. This is the OR operator, or 6 greater than 3. Here the first condition is true, but second condition is false. Any one will be true, it will be show the result true. In the AND operator, when both conditions are true, only then it will show the true result. In the second OR operator, only if any one of the condition will be true, then it will be show the true result. Suppose this is, first will be false and second will be true. Also it will show the result true. Okay. Now if both are false, okay, then it will be show the false result. Okay, next not equal to, it is known as the not equal to. So what will be the result? Suppose 21 equal to 15, that means 21 is not equal to 15, so it will show the result true. Okay, but if 15 equals to 15, it is a true, but it is written not equal to 1, that means it is not true, so this is known as the false. Okay, so but if it is written not, because 21 is 15 is not equal to, so this is the result will be show the true. So this is the logical operator and, or, and not. Okay, and, or, that means it will show the negative result, that means and, or not. Okay, unary operator, there are two types of unary operator. One is a plus plus and there is a minus minus. But this plus plus increase the value by 1, a equal to a plus 1 and a equal to a minus 1. Suppose value of the a is 8, a equal to 8. So after one increment, plus means plus, and a second plus means plus 1. We are incremented by 1. So in the place of a, we are writing, if writing here 8, so plus 1 means value are what we get in 9 get. Okay, and minus means we have to do the minus. This minus means 1. What we have to get the answer? 8 minus 1 means 7. So 8 minus 1, we are getting the 7. So this is the unary operator. That means we are increasing the value 1. And this unary means we are decreasing the value by 1. Whatever the value is this, we are just increasing by 1 and decreasing by 1. Suppose value is the 10. So after the a plus plus, what will be the value? It will be value 11. And if a minus minus will be 9. So this is the only one increment or one decrement. Whatever the value is this, after unary operator plus plus or minus minus, increment by 1 and decrease by 1. Okay. The assignment operator. What is the assignment operator? That will assign a value. What is the assignment? Suppose a equal to a plus 1. We are taking a value variable a, we are adding 1 and store the value in the a. Suppose I am taking the value of the a equal to 8. So 8 plus 1, 9. We are assigning the value 9 to the a. Next, a equal to a minus 1. Okay. Value of the a is equal to 8. We are doing the 1, 7. So result will be 7. We are assigning the value to the a. That is the 7. This is the 9. Next is, suppose multiply a equal to a into n. Here we are taking the value n equal to 2. So a means 8 into 2. So what will be happen? 16. So we are getting the 16. We are assigning the value 16 value into the a. Okay. Next is a equal to a divided by n, means a divided by 2. That means result will be 4. So we are assigning the value 4 into the a. So this is the assignment operator. Next is modular division. Modular division means 8 if it divided by a equal to a modular division n. That means 8 divided by 2. So there will be no remainder, 0 will be remainder. So we are assigning here the 0. Or suppose we are divide the value 8 with the 3. So a modular division 3. So what will be the result? If we divided the 8 by the 3, it will be 6, 2. So remainder will be 2. So we are getting here 2. So remainder here 2. Okay. We are rewriting this remainder in the place of here. Modular division value means that we are writing the value of the remainder. Modular division means we are writing the value of the remainder. This is the 2. So this is the assignment operator. I am writing a program to add the two number, and before the program what we have done, from these two numbers we have taken from the user. So class, we have declared the class as an addition. Before the portion we have the same things. Okay. Now public static void main, in here we have passed here integer a and integer b. Why? Because we these two value we put by the user will put this two value. So as a parameter, because here the when program will run, the computer asks the two number from the user. So here we have written here integer a and integer b. That means with these two value will be integer. Next, float result. That means we have declared a float because maybe or it will be one will be integer a, another is be float b. So second value we have to put here float, and we have declared the result as a float. Okay. Now result, whatever we give a plus b, whatever the value we have put in the a and b, it will be addition. How we can write down the output? System.out.println result is then equal to, this is written in the double quote, plus result means this is the variable. We have to write, if we write down here double quotes, it will be, the output will be look like this, that result is result, but not this way. This is the variable. Don't use any quotation in the variable. So the output will be, they have to ask the value, we have to read right here, suppose 8 and 2.5. Okay. So after that it will be show the output, result is 10.5. Okay. So this is the one type of program where the variable is inputted by the user. So this is the program by which the input will be given by the user, and after the calculation the computer will show the result like this way. So result is, this is the string we given here double quotes. After the this, as we have to show the result, we have to write down the variable. After writing the plus sign, we don't use double quotes here. In the place of the variable, we don't use the double quotes here. So I think you have to understand this chapter, you revise it. If any doubt, definitely you have to comments me or mail me. I will try to solve your problem. Bye. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.